If you were here, I was born in 1959. Let's not even go there. But imagine being alive in 59, thinking, reasoning adult, okay? I think about 80% of the public went to church at that time on a regular basis. We had good university systems. They weren't passing out birth control in our high schools. I mean, just start to go down the list. Now imagine with me, somebody, a politician, standing up and saying, here's what I want. My fellow Americans, vote for me. This is what I want to do. I want to kick prayer and the Bible out of our public schools. I want to make pornography available across the board, across the country, across the world, in the name of free speech. I want to distribute birth control to young girls and young boys in the 9th and 10th and 11th grade, because we all know that they're going to have sex anyway. So let's at least teach them how to have safe sex and perhaps not get a venereal disease and hopefully not get pregnant. But alas, for those who do get pregnant or do get a venereal disease, I want to make sure that those teenagers can go to a Planned Parenthood without their parents' knowledge, without their parents' consent, and that they can be treated for a disease and maybe even a life-threatening disease, or if it's a young girl and she's pregnant, they can dispose of the unwanted pregnancy. They can get an abortion. Should I go on? Someone in 1959 saying, we really want a culture where Bruce and Adam can get married, where Bruce and Adam can kiss on television, hold hands, show affection in a park where our children are, or Sally and Susie. Now this is somebody who's saying what they want, standing up in a room. I want a world in which Christianity is held in contempt, but Islam is treated with kid gloves. I want a world in which television series, forget Ozzie and Harriet, forget these family westerns. No. I want television series about housewives. Yes, housewives and their forbidden relationships. How far do you think a person like that would have gotten? Really and truly. Do you think they would have gotten out of the starting block? You think that many people would have said, oh wow, I want to vote for this person? What we have seen in America, in the decimation of the ethics of this country and the unraveling of society, is largely due to leadership. A lack of good leadership on one hand, and very profoundly dedicated and courageous evil leadership on the other. Things like this don't happen in a vacuum, okay? Somebody committing a sin in secret is not the same as saying, this sin is not a sin at all, it's normal and it's my right, and I want everyone to be able to rejoice with me that I have chosen this sin, and everyone else who wants to commit this sin to be able to do it as well. Murder is my right. So one of the reasons that in this program I am so constantly obsessed with what is going on at a leadership level is because leadership, throughout history, you can see it, leadership is what usually, not always, but usually defines the tone or the ethics or the culture of a nation. I mean, think about it. In Rome, for example, for 3 centuries, 300 years, Christians were oppressed and brutally persecuted at times. Why? Because of the leadership of Rome. And when Constantine's mom converted and then prayed for her son, and then Constantine converted, there was a change of the direction of the leadership, and suddenly Christians weren't persecuted anymore. And then, because of leadership, the public worship of pagan idols was forbidden. Okay, this is all leadership. It's all related to leadership. We are desperate in America for righteous leadership, courageous, righteous leadership. And right now we have a stable full of wicked, godless leaders like Obama, and godless, or maybe not godless, maybe he's not godless either, but at least courageous, foolish wimps, cowardly, foolish wimps like John Boehner and Mitch McConnell, all right? I don't know which is worse, the aggressive traitor or the one who works with him behind the scenes, the Judas. But I know this, we're overrun with wicked leadership. And if this country is going to be restored, if this country is going to be saved, it's going to take a restoration of righteous leadership. Maybe you could be a part of it, or maybe you could help bring it to pass. But you sure as heck had better be focused on it, because much of the future of our country and of our children and of our grandchildren depends upon what type of leaders we have. I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy. Why does a nice guy like me keep getting thrown in jail? I have been arrested almost 50 times and spent over a year of my life locked up in various prison facilities. And I wrote a book, many books. In fact, one of them is called, Why Does a Nice Guy Like Me Keep Getting Thrown in Jail? It's a theological work, answering those who say that the church should not be involved in politics or that we should retreat. I encourage you to get it. In fact, get one and give it to your pastor.